Hi, I'm Ryan Payne. I'm the owner of P2P Racing. In this video, we're going to talk about the differences between our stage blocks. So we have really 3 stages with an added bonus stage, right? Extra level. So stage 1 is sort of our entry level. It is our entry level block. You get the case halves that are going to be stock size head studs. They're closed deck. They're pin mains. Everything is machined and blueprinted. We machine the mains. Everything is blueprinted as built as we can make it, and we really don't make any differences between the stages with the case and as far as the case halves. Really, the only difference between stages is what the internals are. So stage 1 is going to get our CP pistons. It's going to get our Cali's Compstar H-beam rods with ARP 2000 rod bolts. It's going to get a stock brand new STI nitrided crank. It's going to get some really good high-end Cleveite coated bearings and some new case half bolts. And really that's like our stage 1 is our bread and butter. It's what most people run. Our stage 2 is essentially going to be all of that, but instead of the H-beam rods, we're going to add I-beams in it. And the reason we do that is just to get you from a reliable 500 horsepower at the stage 1 to a reliable 600, 625 horsepower before you need to really start worrying about the crank. Which is why we go to our stage 3, which gives you the crank and the rods, the I-beam rods with 625 rod bolts. Now, obviously, when you start selecting some of these are just sort of a starting point as a template for the builds. You can add head studs in. You can choose what head gasket you want to run. So if you want to run 14mm head studs, you want to run an IAG fire ring, we can machine all of that into the short block. If you want to do a stage 3 with ARP case bolts, you can select that as well. We have people that do that, which is great because it's one of the best built blocks we can do. And then we have our D-stroker block. Our D-stroker block is like a race spec block. We will run a Dido coated bearing in there. We'll run a D-stroker crank, a custom rod, custom piston from Manley, and everything's coated. It's literally as built as we can make it. It's what we personally run. It's what we go to Global Time Attack with. It's what we have a customer out in Australia that's winning in World Time Attack with that block. We've got it making massive power, over 9,000 RPM. And it's honestly one of the smoothest blocks that I've ever raced with. So that's our D-stroker block, and really sort of our starting points for doing your template. I hope that helps.